Hey guys, Huzz here bringing you another video. Now today is another episode of League Discussion. This is the series that I take a topic, rip it apart with my own opinions and experiences and encourage you guys to join in the conversation in the comments section below. Now today we're going to be talking about goals, so setting yourself a goal and what do you need to do to achieve it. As I, myself and just like say in life, I always set myself goals and I don't achieve all of them. If I did, then I'd be a billionaire by now. But I set a lot of goals for myself, but it helps me drive myself to actually achieving things. If I didn't have any goals, then I'd wake up in the morning and go, I have nothing to do. So in my opinion, setting yourself goals is a really healthy thing to do. And you can do it in League of Legends. And that's what we're going to be focusing in on today, is setting yourself goals in League. So the reason for this video is that, I've opened up private coaching again, and I've been talking to a few of my soon-to-be students, and I've said, so what rating do you want to be? What rating are you now? What rating do you want to be? Majority of my new students are overly ambitious, and I love ambition. I'm a very ambitious person myself, but there's one thing you need to be, and that is realistic. And you have to make sure that the whole premise around setting yourself a goal, it needs to be achievable, because the feeling of achieving a goal can help you feel really good about yourself and actually can push you to another kind of tier on how good you can be. So in my opinion, it's a lot better to set yourself small goals and keep achieving them than rather a massive one and never achieve it. So as for an example, again, a couple of my students, I've said, what rating are you now? And majority of them are kind of like in the silver bracket. And one of them said, I really want to be diamond. I was like, and you're currently silver. I was like, okay, first lesson is that we're going to take that goal and shrink it down to gold. Completely shrink that goal down. And yes, diamond might be what you want out of League of Legends in your whole time playing the game. But your goal should be something achievable that you can do, maybe not right now, but if you do a little bit of an improvement, and hopefully with me teaching him, he'll improve a little bit, and then hey presto, he can get the goal. And once you achieve that goal, so say he's a silver player, then he achieves getting gold, that little bit of boost of morale may actually help him to get platinum. And that is what I'd say. So if you're somebody right now that is whatever rating really in League of Legends, and you're setting yourself an overly ambitious goal, maybe shrink it a little bit. And there's no limitations to how small the goal can be. You could be silver 5 and your goal could be silver 4. And when if you have that in your head, I just want to be silver 4, and you achieve it, you're going to have a really good feeling about yourself, and that might actually help you get to silver 3 quicker. So that's what my biggest advice would be. Set yourself small, realistic goals. Now I want to talk about another goal that a lot of people seem to have, and it's one that is very ambitious, and that is becoming a professional. Obviously, I'm kind of in the world of being a professional. Technically, I'm a professional YouTuber, not a professional gamer, but I do get paid to play League of Legends, so I guess it kind of counts. But, let's just talk about the LCS. So it's a little bit different. So again, I've spoken to a lot of LCS players about this. I've picked their brains about it. How did you do it? How hard was it? And the first thing to say, it's a lot harder to become a professional now than it ever has been. The reason for that is the player base is bigger than it used to be. More people are good at the game. It's a more competitive. More people want to turn professional. It's just very competitive. So I'd say having the goal of being a professional, if it's your dream, then I'd say continue having it as your dream, continue trying to achieve it. But my whole thing is make steps to actually achieving that goal. And, to become a professional League of Legends player, you'd need to at least be challenger nowadays, most likely. And if this is where my point kind of stands, if you're a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, even diamond, and you want to go pro, don't even think about turning pro. Focus on solo queue, focus on getting challenger, and focus trying to get your name out there in solo queue. It's no surprise that people like Azingy or I Will Dominate have become LCS professionals. It's because they were known from solo queue. That is a very good way of becoming a professional, is getting known in solo queue. So that is step number 1. Focus on becoming a challenger player, not a professional player. But then if you, I doubt any challenger people are watching this, but if you do manage to get there eventually, you need to get yourself into a team that can set yourself up to become a professional. So set yourself into a team that does tournaments, set yourself up for a team that does LAN tournaments, has sponsors, has a professional badge behind you. That type of thing will, trust me, help a lot in a CV. If you're applying to, I don't know, Team Dignitas, and they see you've got no tournament experience but you're challenger, you've got no sponsorship experience, you've got nothing like that, they're not going to take you that seriously because they want people with experience. And even amateur teams can give you that experience. So that is the whole premise around the point I want to say, is being a professional gamer is a cool goal to have, but there's no point having the goal if you're not actually working towards it. Because I follow a couple people on Twitter from the UK esports scene, and I'd say the UK esports scene as a whole sucks pretty much. It is pretty bad. A lot of the people in the UK esports scene think they're like gods of the game when they're actually not very good. And there are people that have tried to be professional for probably about 3 years and they haven't become professional. They're stopping themselves becoming professional because of their own attitudes, but they probably will never realise that. If they kind of sucked up their pride and joined a team that they continuously were playing on, then they might be taken a little bit more seriously. And another thing to say, another good point, if you want to turn pro, never think you're bigger than the team you're playing on. And what I mean by that is, if you're, say, the best player on the team, never have the attitude that, oh, I'm the best player on the team, I can do anything they want or anything I want. That attitude never really does fly with any organisation, and I can tell you that from personal experience. The organisations don't deal with big egos very well, and a lot of people will give the example of Doublelift. His ego used to be way bigger than it is now, and I think even now that he's joined TSM, Reginald will completely get rid of his ego and just kind of slap him down into being like, no, you're just a regular player on TSM. Yes, your name is Doublelift, but you're just a TSM player. And that's the right attitude to have. But yeah, goals is something I wanted to talk about because I get a lot of messages, from people that, I'm in bronze and I can't get out of bronze. It's like, firstly, focusing on your rating is a good and a bad thing. The rating in the end of the day isn't everything. You should be focusing on becoming a better player instead of what rating you're in. I always find that people who care about how good they are at the game, not what rating they are, they tend to actually be higher rated anyway. Your rating is just something that should kind of accompany how good you are at the game, as it obviously does correlate. The better you're at the game, the higher rating you'll be. That is just obvious. But setting yourselves realistic goals, I think in the long term will definitely benefit a lot of you out there who may be watching or listening to this right now. And I'll say, in the comment section below, tell me, what is your goal? And here's a point that I'm just going to kind of diversify, not from League of Legends. So it can be about anything, Personally, my own life, real life right now, my goals at the moment is to complete my degree with a first. It's the highest grade you can get. I'm very stressed about it, but that is one of my goals, and it's achievable because I am currently on a first right now. The second goal is actually to move out. I am looking to move out next summer, so maybe in May, June, July next year, I'm going to be looking to get my own apartment, my own place, and, do YouTube professionally and actually have a proper room just dedicated to recording instead of a bedroom. That's my goal, and these are all achievable. And that's the one thing to say, goals are amazing and they drive you to what you want to achieve in life, but make sure you actually can achieve them. I've set some goals for myself in the past that were just not achievable, and you get so frustrated with yourself, you get annoyed or irritable, and it's just not worth doing. And I can guarantee if you set yourself a goal and you achieve it, you'll have a smile on your face for achieving it, and then you set the next goal, and then the next goal, and then the next goal. And that's actually how I live my life. That's how I've got to where I am right now, is I set myself small goals. But that is going to be it for today's video. I thought I'd just do a kind of a nice topic about, goals and etc. Again, put it in the comment section, what is your goal? It can be about solo queue, it can be about League of Legends, but it also can be about, your real life and everything like that. So thank you very much for watching or listening. This has been HuzzyGames. This is a new outro, apparently. So thank you very much for... I said that again. So like the video if you like it. There you go. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys next time. See you.